ask you about a burglary in Byford last night, or 2 others in Bucksmill last week. You're gonna say to me, what burglary, Sheriff? We're just passing through.
My uncle's right. This is just a misunderstanding. We're not burglars or car thieves. You're more than welcome to check the car for stolen goods if you like.
You know what's messed up about that? I don't think I said I mentioned this before on this channel. May have, but I don't think I have. But I used to. I'm originally from Alabama. I used to walk a lot in Alabama. I got stopped like in different cities about 3 times. So each time was like a different time of day, different cop. Every time, out of 3 times, their excuse was, it's been a burglary near here, so that's why I stopped you. And like one cop, he even like tried to, I don't know what he tried to do, but like I was walking, he like passed me. He did like a U-turn and like zoomed past me, and then did another U-turn, and then that's when he kind of stopped me. So it's like he was just trying to get me to run or something. Like I say that to say, like, you know, they're not far off with this. Of course, you know, they was racist back then, so a lot of this went on. But I'm saying, like, for them to say, okay, it was a burglary, like, use burglary as an excuse to, like, to do crap with them. I'm just saying that's realistic. It's not just a show at this point. Like, even in freaking, this was back in what? So this was back in, like, 2019, so it's not that long ago. So from, what was it, 1950 to 2019, the only thing that's changed is, like, they don't do it in the open anymore. They try to make excuses, like the same excuses they made back then, like burglary and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Well, I was just about to upload this video, but I want to add something like to it before I click upload on. Like rewatching the video back, I see I didn't really like add how those stories ended with the 3 cops. So I wasn't really afraid of cops like I am. Like as a teenager, I was less afraid of cops than I am as a 30-year-old man. And I want to put this out there in case somebody like my kids is watching this video. So what's important to me, and not to say all cops are the same, because you can do everything right and then, you know, they still decide to do whatever they want to do. Whenever I had experience with a cop, what I always try to do myself and what I recommend people like my kids, younger people like my kids to do is just to remain calm. Every time I was stopped by the 3 different cops, I didn't react. Like when I said the cop did a U-turn and like sped past me, I felt like he did that in the past and it made people take off running, and that got him let me calm down. They got him an arrest. So maybe it worked for him in the past and he does it to like other young black men. That was the second time. The first time I was stopped in the middle of the road somewhere and I just, you know, I was walking and he flashed his lights. I just slowly turned around and made my way towards him. The second time when the cop did a U-turn, like since he came to me, I just like stood in place and waited for him to come to me. I didn't do anything. I didn't make any like fast movements, because in my head, even as a teenager, I understood, okay, he wants me to run, so I'm just not gonna run. I'm just gonna sit here and let him do his job, and then I'm gonna go home. And that's what I did later on that night. The third time I was in the country where I got stopped, and I think it was like 2 cops this time. And I actually had like a backpack with me because I was coming from my girlfriend's house at the time. And I kind of like, you know, slept over a little bit, whatever. But still, when they stopped me, they brought up the burglary. And I even offered to like, you know, let them know, okay, just like how Tick did, just how like the way I handled myself back then was the same way Tick handled himself. We had the 2 experiences with the Sundown police. He was calm. He did what he had to do to get home. I say that to say, because when he said you're free to look, you know, in the car for stolen goods if you like, that's the same thing I did with the third time. The third time I took my backpack off and then I offered them to like, you know, look through it. Since they talking about burglary, y'all can look through it. And they was like, no, it's okay, it's okay. They let me go home. So each time I went home, and that's the most important part of this video. If you took anything from this video, I went home and I'm still here.